Hello. Happy Hump Day! Happy Wednesday. Virtual hugs all around. Those are the days of the past. The hug days. It is the hug day. The traditional hug day of UFit Studio. Now called Virtual Hug Day. Ben. Daksha Chohan. Woo! Let me wave at you, virtually and physically at the same time. Because that's skills. It's gotta be. Shh. Gotta be. It is! Hey! Yes, Kate. Yes, Kate. Mindless versus mindful eating. I can do that for you, my friend. I'll just go and make notes about that. All everything's gonna do. What's tomorrow day? I've just said it's Wednesday. I go, what's tomorrow? The day after today. Thursday. Kate. Live idea. Look at that. Phones. Yes, Kate. Let me brainstorm that one out for y'all. Kate's given an idea this afternoon, guys, for a Facebook Live that she wants to hear me discuss. Hey! It's Heather. It's for you, Heather. What is it? Shamsa as well. Hey, Shamila. Shamila. Yeah, you did say. Kate was on a phone call earlier. I've got this really good topic. It's going on in my head. It's good though. At least it wasn't some random time of the night, Kate, where you just, in the middle of the night, sit bolt upright, start shouting, mindless eating! Dave might have something to say about that. Hey! Lost what I was going to do on today's one now. Oh, where are we? There we go. So many things to talk about. Yeah, Sean. Well, I've lost the key. I haven't checked on the scales. I really should have checked. Let's take bets, right? Should we get Mr. Honey to weigh himself before and after having his hair cut and guess the weight? It's like, guess the weight of the baby. Guess the weight of that man's hair. I can go with. Oh, he's got to be at least £3. No, sorry. He's got. I feel he's going to be like at least 200 grams, maybe. We'll have to take some bets. We'll do a sweep. Isn't it a sweepstake? I don't know how to organise that stuff, obviously, but we'll just throw numbers out and go, it's this much, and see what it comes out as when he weighs himself after he's had his haircut. I do feel considerably lighter. Hey, Avni! Lighter than ordinary chocolate, like Maltesers. That's what my hair feels like. I can float away. Got nothing to weigh me down anymore. So what happens? End of lockdown life. First thing, haircut. I want to see yours as well, Sean. I want to see yours. As I want to say, though, we're going to get underway in a minute. Today's be about how to know your plan is working. Your plan. We'll go into what the plan is. Could be anything. Thank you, Anthony. Yeah, buddy. It's the simple things in life, isn't it? I've still got a white neck, though. I still need to go out and get that. So, alright, Kate's saying, oh, okay, we got numbers now. Okay, we got numbers on. Right, Kate's saying her own hair is at least £6. Well, we'll find out, Kate, because you've got a goal to get to, my friend. So, okay, the finishing line's in sight. Heather's going for 4 kilos. 4 kilos. It's possible. A man could weightlift his own hair and get into shape. Who knows? Right, let's go then. Coach Helen for UFit Studio. Right. So we're doing today. I'm going to go through how do you know your plan is working. Okay. Now, traditionally speaking, and I've talked about this before. I talk about this quite frequently. I lost my tooth with my hair. I talk about frequently with clients that numbers on a scale or a tape measure are only part of the story and quite deceptive as well, and actually may not be the biggest indicator that actually your plan is working. Let's just summarise what the plan might be before I get into this. Very, very broad spectrum. Whatever your goal is, that is your plan. Okay, so I'm talking about getting healthier, losing weight, feeling better, all of that. That's your plan. And often we go for a really clear, like singular number as an indication that the plan is working. You just couldn't, I think that's how we're taught, right? I've talked about this before. As women, certainly, it's like, if the number is going down, then the plan is working. If the number stays the same, the plan is not working. If the number goes up, the plan is not working. However, there are other indications other than that might indicate that your plan is working. Nosh is in, Nosh has just arrived, Nosh, hi Nosh. Nosh, I'm talking about how you know your plan's working. Your plan to be healthier, fitter, I was going to say younger, if there's a plan you can have. Younger looking. The plan is working. How do you know your plan is working? Right, I've got 7 ways. Count them, 7. That's a lot. 7 ways. Other than weighing yourself, that indicating that you are on track with your plans, right? Okay. Number 1, we've gone back to counting. I apologise ahead. This is the old days of early lockdown when I hadn't forgot the ability to either wear full clothing or count above 3. So we're there. I'm wearing clothing, by the way. However, we're going to go past 4. So pray, right? Number 1. Yep, checking. There's definitely 1. So number 1, your behaviours become a lifestyle more than a diet. Répétez-vous. Your lifestyle, your lifestyle, I already lost it because this is the wrong thing in French. Right, your habits become a lifestyle and not a way of dieting. Okay, so by that I mean it's not restrictive. You don't get the sense or feel or think you have to go out your way to do the things every day that give you a good feeling, whatever that is. Okay, so it becomes part of your everyday life. It's a no-brainer. It's very much how we try to flex things at YouFit, right? If you know that. We support you to find ways to make it more part of your lifestyle and not your entire life as well, actually. This is a thing that you get with diets. Or let me rephrase that, with restrictive approach to your plan, whatever that might be. So it just becomes an everyday thing. You don't really think about it. It's cool, right? It's no big deal. It's not changing the world. Number 2. Still going strong. Number 2. Your clothes feel looser. Okay. Always a great one. Females, when that bra comes off at night and there's not less little pain, what's that? We know that. Gentlemen, when the belt's a little bit like, if you put it on one morning, you're like, oh, you're trying to find an extra notch in the belt that you think it should be on, and it's not there because trousers a bit looser. You may actually also be foraging around, clearing out during lockdown all your old clothing, thinking I don't need that clothing anymore. Those clots from the 90s can go, that's not coming back. You might keep all of them, they'll come back probably in the next 10 years. Not in the size you want anyway, so you beaver away, throw things out, and you find something at the back of the wardrobe from way back when you were last, I don't know, size 12. Think, just for love, this would be fun, I've got nothing else to do, I'm not leaving the house today, I'll try them on, and guess what, they fit. Or, I had this one, not so long ago, accidentally ordered the wrong size, and it fit. That's a good feeling, isn't it? That's a massive sign. That's beside the point of a number. That's a massive indicator that your plan, I want to keep doing this, your plan towards your goal, whatever your goal may be, is working. It's working, people. Even if the scales still say something like, the plan is not working, the weight is the same. These are all signs that it's okay. It's cool, right? Yeah, buddy. Kate had one today, right? I remember that conversation with you way back when, Kate, about butterfly jeans, you're fitting in them. And I already this was already planned out, Kate, before we spoke. I planned this last week, every little detail. So there you go. Massive sign that Kate is on plan. She was beavering away, found my jeans that I talked about a billion years ago wearing, and guess what? They're on. I won't wear them. They're on. What else with clothes? Oh yeah, if you try something and it's way too big. Oh, that's been happening with work clothes a little bit. People going back to work and then try them on and go, whoops. Probably need to go prime up before I go back to work as a pit stop to ensure I have work clothing that fits appropriately, because it does not anymore. It is too loose. So that's 2. Here we go. 3. Yes. So far so good. You're sleeping better. A definition of better as well. FYI, by the way, BTW, whatever the next ones are. I'm not cool enough to know them. Better, by better I mean that you're less disturbed. It's not that you're in bed for longer. Well, we've been in bed for a long time, for like 6 months, so that's not an indicator of better sleep. I'm talking about better quality sleep, in that you're waking up less during the night, waking up feeling refreshed. Your training and your rest is at the right balance. You're not overtraining, you're not knacking yourself out, you're not in bed all day. Potentially this will be because you've reduced alcohol or caffeine. So like, well, if you're someone who had energy drinks like me, used to cane those. As soon as you pack those in, your sleep gets better. Maybe less coffee, right? So you're starting to sleep better. Less heavier meals or heavy snacking late at night. All surmises to make you feel a lot better after sleep, so you're not having a lull. So you're waking up feeling better. That's a huge, and actually this is one that gets overlooked a lot. That's a major one. A major one that's very subtle, has a massive impact. If you're conscious of it or you notice, it's brilliant. And that's part of my job, is to go, hey, by the way, how's your sleep? Right, if you're on the process at the minute, this is another thing, right? So it's another way to know that your plan is working. 4. You have more energy, which is off the back of sleep, yes. How do you know that? You're not hitting snooze so much. When the alarm goes off in the morning, you're ready to get out of bed, rather than feeling you want to stay there. You feel more regenerated in the mornings. Again, it's down to less stimulants and processed foods. You go through from 9 all the way through to 5 if you like at work without having a dip at 11 and 3. It's partly because actually, as well as less processed foods, you're also eating more colour, or eating the rainbow is one of the habits we like to talk about at UFit. So instilling the idea of eating the rainbow gives you actually more energy. That's energy that can last for the day, not just for Christmas or whatever, right? That's where I said that, but you know, really short amount of time. 5. I haven't had to count for ages. I have to really think about it, but I'm here, right? Stay with me. 5. High five. 5. You're satisfied after meals, okay? And when I mean satisfied, I don't mean stuffed. I think I was thinking of that ahead, so that's why I said Christmas. You're not stuffed, right? You're not after that 5th helping at the buffet at Terracotta or any other buffet place that's surprise food on a massive basis. You are able to, you understand the difference between satisfied, overfull, and in physical pain, which I think is easier to understand. You know when to stop, right? You've learnt when to stop. I usually like to say to clients, I've not said this for a while, everybody knows this, is when you do the breath. If we do the breath, we go. Now that's an indication actually probably going way too far by about 10%. However, is knowing that is definitely your break point. Learning that is a huge, if you do notice it, or you are noticing it actively, that means it's a huge indicator you're starting to notice fullness levels. And please, the Lord of God, stop at that point. Not continue going like the breath out was creating space somewhere within your stomach. It's not. How would you know that? Again, it's less processed foods to some degree, because, and I've talked about this a little bit before, like way back when I talked about carbs. Processed carbs are full of sugar and spice and all things nice, and a lot of the things that we would just want to slam in continuously. However, they also give us a sensation, if you notice, you ever had that thing where just like it didn't fill me up, so I kept going. They don't have a high satiety kind of amount. You just want to keep going. I keep saying Pringles. I always say Pringles is the best tagline ever. It's like Bronzseal. It's on the tin. Pringles, when you stop, once you pop, you can't stop. Whoever came up with that genius marketing ploy was correct, right? And there's a reason for that. It's because we never feel full when we're having them. There's always room for a few more Pringles, right? However, when we get to the point where we understand that we're moving away from those foods and into more whole foods, colour again, we start to understand when we're full, overfull, when it's time to stop, when it's time to slow down, etc. Okay, we need two hands now. 6. We'll do it for the screen. Let's go 6. You're in a better mood. Now, if you consider all the things I said previously, there's no, like, if this has all happened already, all of this, then, you know, it stands to reason. However, there is something to be said for, and I see this a lot, the slow changing of personality that happens through the process of coming to UFIT from the moment they walk through the door until until they keep coming through the door, let's be honest. I don't know, maybe about the 12 months mark, sometimes sooner, to be fair. Where somebody maybe starts, and I talked about it a little bit yesterday, maybe quite cynical, skeptical with the whole process, been here before, I'm gonna judge this situation, I'm cynical about all this stuff they're talking about, I'm not sure it's for me, I'm giving it a go, I mean, why not? However, I'm not really invested in it. And as you slowly see people change and get a result, you can see how they become less cynical, less skeptical, and generally they start to engage more. That's also to do with lots of other things, right? So if you're sleeping better, your clothes are starting to get looser, and you're recognising when to stop eating and seeing and feeling the reward of that, it stands to reason your mood is going to get better. But also it's just mentally and emotionally, you do tend to see an improvement from people when they are inconsistent with some habits and behaviours. And again, this is nothing to do with whether or not they see, £2 a week loss, right? On a scale. This is to do with looking at general markers in life and saying, actually, my mood is actually a lot better. I have more energy, I can deal with things more mentally, I feel good about making good choices, right? So it's not just physical change, it's mental change. And that's a wonderful thing to see as a coach, because actually that's very difficult to put a value on, isn't it? Like if somebody's generally mood, their outlook on life improves through a process, I mean that's one you can't really put a number on at all, I don't think. So here we go. Seven. I was that for ages. Oh, Len Goodman. I had to shout that at people across the studio for a long time. 7 rounds on the bike. 7, Sonny. 7 rounds on a watt bike. Okay, so 7th and last reason to know that your plan is working. You're stronger and you have more endurance. Okay, you can lift heavier, run further. Your muscles are less sore, which means you're gonna push a bit harder, right? It's okay. You're less out of breath and you recover faster or better, however you want to put it, right? So the small things, it's like, who said it the other day? Do you really count to 5k? And she said, I ran the whole distance actually without stopping, and it's the first time, and I didn't feel exhausted, I didn't feel out of breath. I sweated a little bit, it wasn't profusely. I remember the first time I went for my first run and I thought I was going to fall off the curb. 7, see Anthony's in 7. It's a long time since I've had to shout it. It won't be long, Anthony. You bear that in mind. I'll just start randomly Tourette's at people. 7. How many rounds on the bike, Helen? It's my first day back. 7. Get used to it. So yeah, there's the seven ways in which to be aware of how your plan is working. Again, like I said, repeatedly, nothing to do with a number. Nothing to do with the number at all. And yet all very important, all major milestones. Now I have to say this though, I did kind of touch it, I was talking about better mood. It is in some cases that you will experience this on your journey in one place or another, and not collectively all at the same time. Primarily I think because a lot of people don't look for these things to start with, and that's probably what UFIT's different, that's how we approach things differently, because we are seeing that and we're there to, as I said, to remind you and show you that things are moving in the right direction, the plan is working, even if that's not your perception of it. Also because I think so often these things are really subtle. Like you might just start very slowly, like not waking up, I don't know, if you're waking up 3 times and it's 2 one night, and then back to 3, and then 3, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3. Like those kind of subtle changes happen over a period of time. It's like everything, it's a slow progress, slow. It starts to build until the actual benefits are there. So not waking at all one night out of the blue, right? And feeling the difference of that, and waking up fully refreshed, fully energized. And then maybe going back to 2 wakes or 3 wakes, and then going back to no wakes, you see what I mean? It's this, sometimes these things don't come all in one go. They come slowly, and the benefits come slowly with them. And when we're so used to a very quick fix, quick weight loss, quick everything, all the benefits are meant to be here right now, sometimes we miss all the things that are happening. Very early on, I remember I did one of my first, actually, the very first article I ever did in 2016, I think, 2017. The very first article I did that was published was Sam said, right, you're going to do all these articles. You're going to do, I think I did about 700 articles in the end, so 800 articles. He said, the first one, I said, I have no idea what I'm going to do. This is a lot. Where do I start? And he said, start. So you want to start with, I want you to write a letter to yourself. And from that, start to get your ideas of how you would have felt as a client if you look back at your journey. And in that letter, one of the distinctive things I remember is, because there's a personal, I would say this, I talk about this because I missed all of this as a client. And actually in that letter to myself, if I was at the beginning of the journey, I was writing myself saying, I mean, I would be less kind now. I think I'm a little bit more to the point these days. At the time, I was very gentle with myself. It's like, do you know what? Maybe I should just like take note of things, because you miss a lot when you're not really looking. If you're fully focused or looking at the end goal and not appreciating all the things and all the benefits you're having, because you're too tunnel visioned, I think is what I said in the letter for myself. You're too tunnel visioned and you're missing all the good things that are happening. Because you're so desperate in a way to get to a particular weight or a number on the scales, you're missing all of the good stuff. So I missed a lot of this stuff, all the subtle things, all the great things. I was too focused on the end goal, right, rather than the plan, right? So knowing the plan is working is in recognising this stuff, and perhaps I would have been so critical of myself if through the whole journey when I was losing weight, if I had not hit a particular number on a scale, because actually that wouldn't be an indicator the plan was working, right? So let's recap. Zoom it again. Right, wait. 7 ways that you know that your plan is working. Getting better at this. It's only taken 6 months. Somebody asked me in the year time to do this again, and I was like, nah, still can't do it. Number 1, your habits are more lifestyle than a restrictive diet, right? Again, you don't feel like it's a hassle, it fits with your life. It's part of life, it's just what you do. It's not something you have to do, it's just something you do. You do it. It's a no-brainer. Number 2, clothes feel looser. Start to notice things are need a little bit more help on the belt front, or your underwears if your ladies are a little bit looser. Old clothes fit, new clothes you end up getting the lower size by accident, it fits. I love those moments. Those moments are awesome. This kind of client comes to me and says that, I'm like, it's boohoo.com, you did me a favour. You're sleeping better, as in waking less often. You've got the right balance of training and recovery. You reduced your alcohol and caffeine, and you're finding that you're waking up with more energy, right? So number 4 was energy. You wake up with more energy. You hit the snooze button less. It's got all the way. I've got so far in life without a cat trying to come into this, and here she goes. I'm just gonna keep her. She's gonna topple the whole stuff. I did well. It's been weeks. Still won't leave me alone because I'm home. So before you have energy, you snooze less, you refuel better, you have less stimulating foods, you have less processed foods as well. Number 5, you feel satisfied after meals, not overly stuffed or feel sick. You are eating again less processed food, so you understand that a bit better. You understand what your body's telling you when it is really hungry, when it is really full, and actually where to stop before it gets to really full. You start to learn your body's indicators. Number 6, your mood's better, less snappy, less grumpy, mainly because your sleep's better. Maybe your attitude has changed because coaches have worked on your mindset and you've done some mindset work. I'm going to say positivity because that's not real. However, you've done some mindset things to change how you think and behave in certain situations, and that's improved your life somewhere else. Almost 7. You're stronger and have more endurance, meaning that you can lift heavier weight. you can run further or do more reps on the bike, or you know, I scream 7 and you scream 8, whatever works, right? You feel less out of breath and you recover faster after you work out. Less muscle soreness just means I have to scream you harder, right? So these are all indicators, as said, that your plan is working without seeing a number. Now I please beg of you to think, if you're a client in the minute and you're struggling with a number that, like I said, maybe you're not seeing the number come down and you're thinking, right, plan isn't working, or the number's the same, and you're saying to yourself, right, plan isn't working. Think of these things that are happening in your life right now. Think of the smaller things, the subtle things, right, like this, that are indicators it's working. Again, it's just consistency. And I'm going to come back to some of this on Monday specifically on a live about this, because it ties in quite nicely. Tomorrow, though, I did say what it was as good as be, is wanting what's easy until it's not. Just use that word consistently. I reminded myself what I was doing it on. So join me tomorrow at 5. Until then, have a lovely evening. Enjoy your evening, and see you soon.